Hi everybody, welcome back to Advanced Maternal Mama. My name's Katie, and if you're new here, I am just giving a week-by-week update of my pregnancy with my fourth baby. This is my 15 and 16 week update. Last week we had Thanksgiving, so I really didn't have a chance to sit down and record anything. So I will just share with you some updates about what happened over the last 2 weeks. Because I'm in my second trimester, there's not a lot that happened. There are some fun things like feeling the baby move that's been kind of happening a little bit here over the last few weeks. It's pretty much just status quo for several weeks. I will say that this last week, probably over the last 5 days or so, heartburn has started to kick in. I thought I was gonna get really lucky with this pregnancy and maybe I wouldn't have as much heartburn, but it has started to rear its ugly head, and I have to be pretty picky about what I eat these days. Otherwise, I am just gonna have heartburn. In particular, there is a Mexican restaurant right down the street from where I work that I love to eat at. And the last couple times that I've had it, I've gotten such bad heartburn that it wakes me up in the middle of the night. So that's something that I may have to give up through the remainder of my pregnancy because Tums doesn't even touch it. So that was something that I had in my last pregnancy, but it was Chick-fil-A randomly. This time I can eat Chick-fil-A and I'm just fine, but for whatever reason, this time around, that Mexican restaurant, whatever ingredient that they have in their food, which is so delicious, so I'm really, really sad. But whatever it's in that, I cannot eat it. It makes me miserable. So probably not worth it anymore. I will also report that I am feeling much more tired at night. I have a lot of energy during the daytime, which is great because I can still get things done, especially around the house with, laundry and everything else. And then the time of year that it is, being the holidays, we have a lot of events and things like that we're going to for the kids. It's really, really nice that I can still have enough energy to get things done, but then I just crash at night. Like, we've been rewatching Game of Thrones, which is one of my favorite shows ever. We'll put it on and within like 10 minutes, I'm sleeping. I'm totally out. And my dreams have been super vivid. It's something that has happened in all of my pregnancies. It would kind of come and go. I don't always remember my dreams for very long, but I usually remember them right after I wake up, and they are just extremely vivid. Like, you just think that you're like real life in your dreams. It's crazy. It's kind of been like the primary updates. I have been feeling more movement, but it's very random still. At nighttime, of course, that's pretty common to feel more movement at night when you're sitting still. And of course, when you're up and you're walking around, you are really just lulling the baby to sleep, where when you're sitting still, that's when the baby kind of, is awake and moving more. So not only are you more tuned into what's going on with your body, but the baby is also like, oh, I'm not moving anymore, so I can be awake and start kicking. I don't have another appointment until next week. Most people will have a 16-week appointment because you go every month in the beginning of your pregnancy. Usually you go once a month for most of your pregnancy, and then in your third trimester you start to go every 2 weeks, and then you go every week that last month. I didn't have an appointment until 13 weeks at this new doctor's office, and so they're not scheduling me till 17 weeks, so I don't have another appointment until next week, and that should be a pretty standard. There might be a test or two that they do. If I remember right, there's a spina bifida test that can be done, so I'm not sure if they'll do that or not, but I will give you an update and let you know what tests get done next week. And then after that, I go in for my 20-week scan. The 20-week scan is a level 2 sonogram, and so they look at everything. They look at the placenta, they look at the baby, they look at all of the chambers of the heart, they look at everything. And so that will give you information about how baby is growing, and if there's any concerns at that point, they can really see all of that by 20 weeks. So I'm really, really looking forward to that scan. That's one that I will probably have my husband come to because he's not always able to attend all of my appointments and all the scans and things like that. There's no reason for him to take off work to do that. But for that one, because it's a big one, I'll have him come to that one. So I always look forward to that one. And with my last pregnancy, I had some real anxiety about it. Kind of coming back to the dreams that I had, I remember having a really bad dream that something was wrong with our daughter's heart. I woke up in the middle of the night crying, which that can happen, speaking of those vivid dreams, that can happen. So if you have experienced that, you're not alone, because that used to happen to me sometimes, where you would literally be in the middle of a very, very vivid dream and you would just be actually crying in your sleep and it would wake you up. That happened to me. And the particular dream that I'm talking about was one that was really me thinking about the anatomy scan and worried about her heart. And so it was really, really important for me to have my husband there. So if you have support and you have somebody that can come with you to that scan, I highly encourage that you do so, because that can just give you that extra bit of support, especially if something is wrong. We were super lucky, and we had a healthy baby and there was nothing wrong with her. Luckily, everything was fine, and it was really just nerves and anxiety. This time around, I'm not nearly as anxious as I was with the last one for some reason. But for that one, I did feel very anxious. So if you know that you have that coming up, then this is a good time to talk with your partner or whoever your support person is about scheduling that time off, especially if you know when it's going to happen, so that you've given plenty of notice to get the time off to do that. Also really showing now, that is another thing. My last update was a couple of weeks ago. And so from my last update to now, I can just kind of show you things have really started to move along. So definitely have quite a bit more of a bump now. And I also found these pants on Amazon. I can link them, but I found a couple of different leggings on Amazon that I really, really like. It's been really difficult. Clothes have not been fitting me, and I kind of forgot, honestly, that one of the reasons that you wear maternity clothes is because not only do they not fit, but they're not comfortable. So, and I'm at a stage of my life where everything is comfort. So I don't like a waistband that is going around my belly. It's just constricting and it just doesn't feel good. So I was online shopping around Black Friday, found some really, really, really good deals, especially on Amazon, for some leggings. These are like the jogger type, and they're super, super soft. I'll link it when I post the video, but they were really comfortable. And then I found another pair that were the legging style. They were also super, super soft. Those ones were really nice too. So I think I bought like 3 different kinds. So I'll link those so you can check those out. But I mean, at this point, if you're 16 weeks along, just get yourself some maternity stuff if you need it. Like just do it. You will not regret it. So just to switch gears for a moment on my final thought, I was on the baby boards recently and somebody was asking about breast pumps and their FSA dollars. And with my background in banking, I wanted to just throw this out there for you, because you may not know that there are several items that you can purchase with your FSA dollars, since it is the end of the year, that you can find even on Amazon. So I love Amazon. I love Target. You can filter. There's literally on the search filter, you can filter HSA and FSA eligible items. So if you're looking for a way to spend those FSA dollars, I would certainly look at that, because there's a lot of baby items that are on there, maternity items that are on there, things for postpartum too. So things that won't go bad, not medicines, but like pads, and even that choking thing I saw there's a little choking device that you can get for when your baby starts eating food to just have in the house. So if you participate in a employer sponsored plan and you have an FSA and every year, you have to spend those dollars, I would recommend checking that out, because a question that came up was about breast pumps, and if they should use their FSA money for that. Your insurance should cover one new breast pump every pregnancy. So like I have a Spectra that I had with my now 2-year-old. I didn't actually use it that often because I nurse. And so I'm planning on just reusing my Spectra and then using the insurance to purchase a hands-free. So don't need to use any FSA or HSA dollars for that because my insurance already covers it. So check with your insurance, find out what's covered. And then also if you need to use those FSA dollars, go out to, any of the places that you like to shop and see if they have a search function to search for FSA eligible items. You can even also go to the IRS's website and you can find out what is eligible to be purchased with your FSA dollars, and just use that as kind of a guide and then search the things that you want to buy. I am really glad that you decided to join me today. I hope this is helpful. That's my update. Let me know if you have questions in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next week.